Hi there, this is Fixed It. About a year ago I went with Sky Fibre, and it's been extremely fast and effective. It's worked incredibly well and I'm glad I did. Besides being unlimited, I've had virtually no interruptions. That is until a few weeks ago when we had a electrical storm, and I noticed that the internet was working fine, but we didn't have any telephone at all. So I contacted Sky and spoke to a range of different people over many days, and spent time doing the usual, pulling the telephone out, trying another telephone, taking out the master socket, replacing the phone in the jack at the back, all of those sorts of issues. And all the time I kept saying to them, look, this is quite obviously a line problem. And then eventually they arranged for a BT OpenReach engineer to come round, during which time it had been about 3 weeks or so without telephones. And the guy came round and said, yeah, well, we've had a bit of a problem with these front panels, and this is the front panel for the OpenReach Fibre. He said what's been happening is during electrical storms the internet's continued to work, but the fuse has blown with regards to the telephone. And he then proceeded to take off this panel, get another panel, put the other panel on, and lo and behold, it worked. So I'd been without telephone for weeks and weeks, for what was basically a less than a 5-minute job to fix. Wasn't particularly happy about it because, of course, one of the things that Sky could have done was, as soon as I described the symptoms, they could of course have arranged for one of these boxes to be sent to me. I could have plugged it in. If it worked, all well and good. If it didn't work, I could have sent it back, and they could have sent an engineer out, which would have saved a lot of time. Anyway, it got fixed. What I then did was to go on the web to have a look for a search, and I discovered that I could get these items on the web relatively cheaply, and if I'd have known, I would have bought a spare and plugged it in, checked if it worked, and certainly spent less than £20 on a panel rather than being weeks and weeks without a telephone. Anyway, I decided to open the box up and have a bit of look around, and to be honest, there was quite a bit more electronics and filtering in it than I'd have anticipated. But basically the problem comes down to a single self-fixing fuse, and if the current that it gets is relatively limited, then the fuse will go open circuit, therefore protecting your phone system. But unfortunately in this case the spike it got must have been more, because it basically has killed the fuse, so I'll need to get a repair. So the option open to you, if you have a similar problem, if you want to give it a try, is rather than waiting weeks to months for an engineer to be sent out after you've done hours and hours of testing and telephone calls, you can have a look at the description to this video. You can follow the link over to my blog, and you can go and buy one of these panels, which will hopefully work for you. If it doesn't, then it's worthwhile having a spare anyway, because according to the BT guy, these panels go quite often. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you find it extremely useful. I know if I'd have seen something like this, I'd have just gone out and bought a panel. This has been Fixed It with another short video fixing the problem. Cheers, bye.